Good evening, campers, it's me, Kieran. Today, let's just cover this up so that doesn't happen again. As you can tell, it is Movember. If you would like to help me raise £500 for the charity to help men's mental health, please click the link down below and donate. I've got a goal of £500. We'll see if we reach it, eh? Guys don't talk about mental health. In fact, a few months ago, someone who I know killed themselves, and he now has moved the amount of people that I know who have killed themselves into the double digits. I know 10 people. I know 10 guys who have killed themselves, who've just decided to off it because that was better than any other alternative. A few years ago, to my mates, I would have been included in that number. They would have hit double digits a lot sooner. And I realised outside the crisis centre that I had one person who I could have called. There was just like one of my mates. Everyone else, like, they're acquaintances. I know them, but like, this wasn't the conversation to have. And it was one guy. And I called him, he answered, and I was like, enough for me. That was enough for me. But I'm not a dafty. I know there are people out there, and there's people probably watching this, who have no one to call. Who have not a single person who they could have gone to. And I think it's more common than we think. How do you solve this? I'm not entirely sure. Within my wallet, I keep the crisis number tucked away just in case. I've not used it for a while. But even when I do use it, the waiting lines are like 20. I think the last time I rung, it was 28 months. It was 20. It was more than 2 years. It's ridiculous. For those who say, oh, why don't men just get therapy? Oh, their problems would be better if they just had therapy. I'm aware you're middle class, okay? Mate, working class Joe Blogs does not have the exposable income to tell someone who he's paying a ridiculous amount of money for that he is sad. In my situation, I'm struggling to get food on the table in this time. I have not once in my life had enough exposable income to ever speak to a private therapist. It is not an option for most people. That is just the way that it is. I'm on the internet a lot and I'm aware of internet culture. And one thing that I think would actually help guys start to speak out, start to raise their voice to say like, hey, I need a bit of help, is maybe just go a little bit easier on people, you know? Dealing with men as this huge group. And let's be honest, like, how many men are there? Like, you're going to make gross exaggerations and you're going to make the worst stereotyping decisions of your life in just vilifying all of men, taking out the worst people and then subjugating what they've done to the rest of us. It doesn't help. And if you have to caveat it by saying, but if you're a good guy, like, you know I'm not talking about you, like, then what's your point? It doesn't help. You know, since reviewing books, I don't think I've been called a misogynist, like, as much in my life. Like, strangers online are brutal. People who will just, like, hide behind a username and just spout stuff at you. Like, way more than I have ever dealt with people in real life. I can laugh her off now, but I'm going to be honest. There was one booktuber who kept doing it. Like I could say anything and it was just misogynist. He's a misogynist. And after not cutting myself for 2 years, like, that was the one time I was like, I need to get off this. And I'm now counting back up to the 2 years, which is the longest period I'd ever gone without slashing myself. And I remember, like, saying something back, and I'm like, ha ha, you're a fragile white male. And I was there in the bathroom with a knife in my hand thinking, yeah, I suppose you're right then. I don't think people care. And, you know, like, I've kind of, like, made terms with that. I don't think I have anyone now. I mean, I've not spoken to my best mate in 2 years since the whole COVID thing. We've just kind of fallen out of contact. No, I think I've come to terms with that. I think I've come to terms that I don't think I have anyone to talk to. And maybe this video will illuminate and rekindle relationships, and maybe I'll realise that maybe I do have a lot more people than I think. But Like, if you're watching this, mate, like, you're not the only one. Like, I'm battling through it as well. Like, it's not just you. We're in this together.